Can the Spurs cover the 6.5 at home in a must-win against the Hornets? We give you the point spread winner next. Tony T here from Gamblers Television, giving you the betting odds and breakdowns from the NBA every single day. Now, Gamblers Television is brought to you by Vegas.com. Look, when it's time to make a Vegas run, save time and money by visiting Vegas.com for all your Vegas needs. Visit Vegas.com. Now it's time for our coverage from the NBA playoffs. It's game number 3, New Orleans at San Antonio. San Antonio a 6.5 point favorite. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, ESPN will televise. Now, San Antonio is in a must-win situation at home. Down 0-2 to the Hornets. Now, the last time San Antonio was down 0-2 in a playoff series was 2001 when the Lakers swept them. Now, look, the pattern continued between these teams from the regular season. When New Orleans gets in the 100s, they win. And that's what happened in the first 2 games of the series. Now, New Orleans shot 50% in Game 1 and 48% in Game 2. Now, those are mind-boggling numbers against San Antonio in the playoffs. Now, so the goal here for the Spurs is to slow down the game. But it's going to be tough to execute because New Orleans has an MVP caliber point guard who's very young. Now, New Orleans may be surprising some people, but San Antonio knew coming in this was going to be a tough series. Now, all you need to do is look at New Orleans' 102-78 total pounding in San Antonio before the Spurs headed out for the rodeo road trip. Look, there was enough tape on Paul for Popovich to adjust in Game 1 and then in Game 2, but they still had no answers for Chris Paul as he had 30 points and 12 assists in Game 2. Now, Tyson Chandler is doing a really good job running Tim Duncan, and Melvin Ely off the bench is doing a pretty good job in limited minutes of keeping the ball away from the San Antonio center. Now, Duncan's field goal attempts are way down in the series, pretty much due in part to the Hornets swarming defense on him. I remember back when Phil Jackson, his game plan against the Spurs, back in the Lakers, Kobe and Shaq championship run, it really came to mind. Phil Jackson would harp about turning the Spurs into a jump shooting team. Well, that's working here, as the Spurs shot 27 3-point shots in game number 2. Now look, I pick against the point spread. I'm going to take the points here. Take the 6.5 points with the Hornets in Game 3 because I believe the Hornets can be very competitive in San Antonio. Take New Orleans plus 6.5. Be sure to visit and bookmark my television show page at www.gamblerstelevision.com for continuous point spread coverage from the NBA playoffs. Gamblers Television, get addicted.